All right, this tutorial is going to show us how to actually start building our vehicle or building our car. Um, what you'll want to do for the directions is log into whiteboxlearning.com/login. And you've done this before, but just as a reminder, you go to whiteboxlearning.com/login. You'll go to Dragster. Your student ID number is your lunch number, and group ID is 9DU68, in case that didn't save on your browser. So we're getting back into our vehicle after a little bit of a break. We're actually going to go to File, Open, open your last revision or your fastest vehicle that you were able to get into. And then really what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our Outputs tab. And we've kind of been through this already, but just make sure, let's go back to engineering real quick and just make sure that it is the vehicle shape that you're looking for, which this is. If it's not, go back in and open another file. We're going to Outputs, and we're going to look now for the engineering drawing. Click on the engineering drawing, and it will bring up a top view and a side view of the vehicle that you've drawn. Now you can try and print these, but chances are this is actually on a little bit of a bigger block than what we gave you, so it won't necessarily work as far as using it as a total template, but these really should be just kind of drawn on the side of your vehicle. Now, if your particular vehicle design that you have in here violates the two red zones that I am going to speak about on this video, you will have to kind of make adjustments and move them accordingly. Okay, this video is going to show you when you are cutting out or sanding down your vehicle where you are not permitted to cut and you will just need to leave alone. Now your CO2 car blank, the correct placement of it, you will have a 90-degree angle at the back of the car. Now, taking a look at my little example block here, there are two areas on this block that you should not sand, you should not cut, and they are demonstrated in red. The one at the back, let's see, is located 1 inch from the back all the way up to 3 inches from the back. That's where the air hole is located, and we want to make sure that we're not cutting into that, as well as not cutting into your axles. The one at the front is 1 inch from the front to 1.5 inches from the front, the red zone here. And that goes all the way around the block. So when cutting out your design, those are the areas where you don't want to make any changes, and that will actually keep everybody else on the same playing field as well. So, best of luck. Here you're going to click on the Build Test tab. You're going to click Railcar Fabrication. And this is pretty much a step-by-step set of directions for you to use when building your vehicle. And like I said in the early part of this, you might be able to use the templates, but you're probably going to be better off just drawing those on top of the block itself and making sure they don't fall into or violate any of the red zone areas that we're using on this particular this challenge. So really, you got a template. I have already drilled your holes where the axle holes need to be, so you don't need to worry about drilling. And then you're going to cut your profiles. Please be safe and be careful. If you have access to hand tools or some small power tools, please do so with adult supervision. We did pass our safety test for a number of tools and machinery, but you need to do so with adult supervision. If you do not have access to power tools, you can just kind of sand your vehicle down and get into the painting phase of the design. Don't worry about the eye holes. We actually have a track that you don't necessarily need to put the eye screws in, so I don't even think I included them in the kits. Once your car has dried and you've painted it and made it look awesome, you can actually install the wheels and axles that we gave you in the kit that you took home. And your car should be ready for the race.